Welcome to the Hispanic Patriot Podcast. That was the Star Spangled Banner, obviously. And welcome to our 250th birthday celebration. We are going to be talking about America tonight. No politics, no news. We're just going to talk about America. Let's talk about what the national anthem does. The Star Spangled Banner gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. It never gets old for me. How about you? Good evening, Patriots, and welcome to the Hispanic Patriot Podcast, a weekly show broadcast from a secret, undisclosed location deep behind enemy lines here in the state of Colorado. Tonight we present America at 250, the shining story of freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, patriots from across the fruited plains in our great nation, welcome to this celebration. We celebrate tonight something few nations in human history have ever experienced, the 250th birthday of the United States of America. 250 years ago, on July 4th, 1776, this Saturday, a handful of ordinary men made an extraordinary decision. They pledged their lives. They pledged their fortunes. They pledged their sacred honor. And in doing so, they changed the course of human history. The Declaration of Independence was more than a document. It was a declaration that the people, not kings, possessed the ultimate authority to govern themselves. It proclaimed that liberty is not granted by government, but by our Creator, and it belongs to every human being by birth. That idea echoed around the world. For 2.5 centuries, it has inspired people seeking freedom, representative government, and the opportunity to determine their own future. America has never claimed to be perfect. Like every nation, we have faced hardships, disagreements, and moments that tested our resolve. Yet, generation after generation has worked to expand opportunity, strengthen our institutions, and move the country closer to its founding ideals. That determination is one of the defining characteristics of the American story. When tyranny threatened liberty, Americans answered the call. When freedom needed defending, Americans stepped forward. When disaster struck, Americans rebuilt. When impossible challenges appeared, Americans looked them in the eye and said, "Let's get to work." Think about what this nation has accomplished in just 250 years. If you compare it to other civilizations, nations, or empires, 250 years is not that long. But from 13 colonies hugging the Atlantic coast to a nation stretching from sea to shining sea, that is what America is today. From horse-drawn wagons to spacecraft exploring the heavens, from candlelight to electricity, from telegraphs to smartphones, from the Wright brothers lifting off at Kitty Hawk to Americans walking on the surface of the moon. What an extraordinary journey. What an extraordinary people. And what an extraordinary nation. Our farmers have fed the world. Our scientists have pushed the boundaries of knowledge. Our doctors and researchers have advanced medicine. Our entrepreneurs have created industries that transformed daily life. Our men and women in uniform have served with courage through generations of conflict and sacrifice. The United States has also played a significant role in shaping the modern international order. After World War II, Americans helped rebuild allies, support economic recovery, and contributed to institutions that sought to promote stability and cooperation. Historians continue to debate particular policies and decisions, but there is broad agreement that America's influence has been profound. That influence has never rested on strength alone. It has rested on the enduring appeal of ideas, the idea that freedom is worth protecting, the idea that opportunity should be open to all, the idea that citizens can govern themselves under the rule of law. Those founding principles have drawn millions of people from every corner of the globe to America to build lives, raise families, start businesses, serve in uniform, and contribute to the continuing American story. That is part of what many people mean when they speak of American exceptionalism. Not a claim of perfection, but a belief that America's founding ideals and constitutional system have given it a unique capacity for renewal, innovation, and leadership. This July 4th, as fireworks light the sky and flags wave proudly across this beautiful land, let us remember those who made this celebration possible. The soldiers who stood their posts, the veterans who answered the nation's call, the police officers, firefighters, and first responders who protect our communities, the teachers who prepare the next generation, the farmers who feed our families, the workers who invent, build, and create. The workers are the lifeblood of this nation. The parents and grandparents who teach the values of honesty, responsibility, service, and love of country. They are the heartbeat of America. They are the strength of America. They are the promise of America's future. So on this Independence Day, don't simply celebrate an anniversary. Celebrate an idea. Celebrate a constitution that has endured for generations. Celebrate a people whose resilience has carried them through triumph and tragedy alike. Celebrate a nation that continues to inspire hope around the world. The story of America is not finished. Its greatest chapters still lie ahead. As we begin the next 250 years, may we be worthy stewards of the blessings bestowed by our Creator. We have inherited so much, and we are committed to preserving liberty, strengthening our communities, and passing to future generations a nation that remains strong, confident, and full of hope. Happy 250th birthday, America. May God bless you. May God bless our men and women in uniform. And may God continue to bless these United States of America. Tonight, we will be talking about our nation and sharing stories about our individual journey in this great land. We hope to have some friends drop by to share with us. Now let's get into it. I think we have one of our guests in the waiting room. Let's see if we can bring our friend Raymond Garcia into the picture. Raymond, are you there?
Hey, brother, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Wow. How about that?
How about that? Welcome. Welcome to the show. Fellow
Thank
veteran.
you.
This is a fellow veteran of mine. Raymond is a Marine, and I was in the Air Force. So it's a great day. I mean, it's a great celebration that we have this week. And 250 is no easy feat, if you will. We've been through a lot. We wanted to take this opportunity tonight on this show to just kind of highlight and reflect on what we have. You know, everybody wants to talk about the turmoil and the division and all of this stuff going on in the country today. But there's so much good. I believe the good outweighs the bad.
Yeah.
Uh, and I firmly believe that America is still the shining city on a hill that President Reagan spoke about. And look at what's going on with all the visitors from Europe and other countries that are coming here for the World Cup, and
And
they
loving
they are
everything
they
about America.
they love America.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thunk it? And so many of them were sharing their stories about we've been lied to about America,
Yeah.
and that's just a blessing. I mean, I've seen the passion and the camaraderie. From it was 48 countries we had in the tournament, and people came from all over the world, even some third world countries. And believe it or not, Iran was in the tournament until they were
Yeah.
eliminated. So I
So
think it's a test. Yeah.
my favorite videos out right now are these ones where these people, so Americans are taking their guests from other countries, Germany and all this, and taking them out around America and just showing them stuff, taking them into a Walmart, taking them in. One guy was from Texas, was taking his buddy from Germany, and he took him to a street taco vendor in a taco truck that was parked in a 7-Eleven parking lot. And the guy said it was the best food he's ever had in his life.
Yeah.
Like,
They don't
this
do
is
that
America.
kind of stuff in Europe,
This is
man.
America.
Yeah. And so that has been a really encouraging and enlightening event that has taken place over the tournament. We're now into the second round, and elimination games are taking place, and the tournament will end, I believe, on the 19th of July when we have the finale championship game in Giant Stadium in New Jersey. So, but that's just a little tidbit of what's taking place. I think it's divine intervention that we have the World Cup on our 250th birthday with President Donald Trump in office. That is just
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah, somebody was saying about that they need to have Great Britain and America be playing on July 4th.
Yeah.
Against each other. And I'm like, oh my God. They need to have somebody in a Paul Revere.
Well, one of the comments that I heard from a Brit that's been doing some YouTube videos, he was talking about America's national anthem, and he said it is the best national anthem, hands down, anywhere. He said, "You guys are singing about your patriotism, your flag, and your freedom," and he said, our anthem is about the king, a person. Yeah. And he said, there is no comparison. And so this is something that, that has just inspired me. I mean, it's really lifted me up, and I've been watching probably 90% of the games. But the other thing that I've enjoyed is what they picked up as their theme song for the tournament, and that is John Denver's Country Roads.
Yep.
They were showing videos of I think we showed them on the show last week a little bit, at this bar in New York where the Scots were playing, and the place was filled with Scottish people and men in kilts, and the guy stood up on the bar and he started leading Country Roads, and they were all singing together, and it was hilarious. And then they took to the streets, 5,000 bagpipes marching down the streets of New York. it was just a sight to see. But it's been competitive, yes. But what I've loved about it is the people interacting, and I think something good will come out of this because a lot of people are going to return to their home countries and they're going to share what they experienced here, and the next time they hear somebody talking down the United States of America, they're going to stand up and defend us.
Yeah.
And that's what's
Did you
amazing about it.
did you see the video with the two guys from I think it was I think it was China that went into a gun shop? They took them into a gun shop. you know, lines of guns on the walls and all these pistols under the glass, and they were just amazed. And they get to hold actual guns. They're like,
Yeah,
wow. Yeah. So,
it's very, very inspiring.
mhm.
So let's talk about a little bit about 250 years of freedom, opportunity, and hope. Um, you know, 250 years ago, actually today, um, they were preparing to sign the Declaration of Independence. And
Yeah. See,
uh,
there's the thing. This isn't the 250th year anniversary of America. This is the 250th year anniversary of our independence, our Declaration of
our
Independence.
declaration,
Because
right?
America technically didn't start until 1789, after the
Correct,
Civil War or after the Revolutionary War.
correct. This is the celebration of the Declaration of Independence, which
Yes.
basically told England what was happening, and
Yeah.
then they
A
proceeded
list of
to
grievances.
yep, and then they
It's
proceeded
amazing.
to
People never even read the Declaration of Independence. And granted, it's a long declaration, but
yeah.
if they read it today, they'd be like, "Whoa, we've already been at war right now with what we're in America right now."
Yep, that's right. And
Because the grievances are right there, the same ones.
I've been watching a lot of I guess what you would call some were documentaries, some are semi movies of the revolutionary days, and I think they've been pretty well done. Some of them are narrated by Kelsey Grammer and some other patriot actors, and they give a good narrative about what these men went through at that time in our history. Um,
Oh, and
it
these
was
men they were just kids, for crying out loud. They were in their 20s.
Yeah, late
Holy moly.
20s, yeah, early 30s. I think Thomas Jefferson was 29. I think
Mhm.
when he wrote the Declaration, and it's
Yeah.
just you know it's I don't know how to put it. To me, I played we played the national anthem at the opening of the show. I don't know if you got to hear it, but um, and I said, every time I hear the national anthem, I get goosebumps.
I get
Okay,
goosebumps every single time. Yep.
and when I see it in a big crowd and people just taking pride, that's what to me America is. I wasn't born here, but I got here as fast as I could. And my parents brought me over here at the tender age of 7. So, I mean, the overwhelming majority of my life has been here on this land, and
And do you remember that?
I remember coming here. Yes, I remember arriving. I remember um, when we went to our first apartment, and I remember clearly this one thing that my mom said to me when we first got here, and she said, "We're in America now, and uh, we are proud of our Peruvian heritage, but we are here to become American." And she said, we can speak Spanish in the home, but outside the home you will speak English. And when I came here, I had already basically completed the first grade in Peru, but because of the language barrier, I had to start over because they wouldn't put me in second grade. Um, but I didn't know a lick of English. Okay. My favorite phrase I remember in my neighborhood with my friends that I was making was, "What's your name?" And I'd go around everywhere
¿Cómo
and
se llama?
every, "What's your name? What's your name?" And this one
And
kid
every
got
answer was
tired of me.
different.
This one kid got tired of me asking, and he decked me.
Oh.
And but I say that to say this: within 6 months, I was speaking pretty good English. We didn't have bilingual education or English as a second language courses and all. No, it was full immersion. I was
Mm-hmm.
thrust into the school, and by God, within 6 months, I was speaking English.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I say that I don't want to get off on a tangent with that, but basically, that reminds me of what my mom said, because she clearly said we're here um, in the land of opportunity, and that we are going to be American. We assimilated basically. We didn't hang out with Peruvians or Spanish speaking people. We hung out with people that my mom and dad worked with, that were Americans. And I remember going to many pool parties and other events and things, and you know we were the only Latin Americans there. And but we were assimilating. We didn't seek to be segregated, and that's what I think is missing so much with immigrants today. Not all immigrants, because a lot of them
Yes.
do want to assimilate, but a lot of them don't. And I think that's part of the problem, especially from certain parts of the country or the world. But
Yeah, that's
it's
us
been,
becoming we're supposed to be a melting pot.
yep.
We're supposed to all melt together. Instead, we're a salad, a bunch of different
Yeah.
pieces.
So it was called the greatest experiment in human liberty. Um, the significance of July 4th, 1776, as we just discussed, of course, is the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and why it
Well, the
changed.
first signing,
The first signing, yes,
the first
but
signing.
why it changed world history. What do you
Mm-hmm.
think? What are your thoughts on that?
So, America, the reason America is so new and different in the world is that so before America, everybody was born into what you were going to be in your life. If you were royalty, you were born into royalty. If you were commoner, you were born into commoner, and you couldn't change. In America, you got to set yourself up any way you wanted. You could come from dirt poor and be the richest man on the planet.
Yeah.
And only America. Nowhere else you could do that.
And that's
So
why
that's what.
a lot of people miss the part that we are the land of opportunity, not the land of handouts.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
well, we're supposed to
um,
be.
by the way, in just a couple of minutes, I'm expecting a guest from Washington D.C. He's going to join us
Trump,
for a brief
Trump,
moment.
Trump.
I'm not letting the cat out of the bag. No, no, it's a friend
Oh,
here.
did you hear? You heard that? You heard that we're going to have a midterm uh,
Convention.
RNC, right?
Yes. Yep.
Convention.
Yep.
Oh,
In Dallas. Yeah.
yeah.
That's great. So, one of the things that, besides the Declaration, of course, is, you know, a lot of people, and I say young people, they don't understand the history because not their fault, but they haven't been taught the history. They've been taught a watered
Yeah.
down version of American history, and all they want to talk about are the bad things. You know, they don't want to talk about the good things that America brought onto the
Yeah,
planet.
they're being taught Howard Zen. Yeah, they're being taught Howard Zen now.
Yep,
Absolute lies about
yep,
America.
that's right. So, and the other thing, from from our Hispanic heritage, you know, what's really ignored is how Hispanics influenced the founding of America. Uh, starting all the way back to 1565 at the founding of St. Augustine. And that's where the Spanish came across and founded that old city. That is the oldest city in America today. Did you know that?
St.
St. Aug-
Augustine.
yep, St. Augustine. It's in Florida on the East Coast.
Mhm.
But it was founded and it was influenced by Spanish ranching traditions and the legacy of the vaquero in the American West. The vaquero, for those of you that don't speak Spanish, vaquero means cowboy, and but that was the influence from the Spanish culture, and so when a lot of people want to degrade Latin Americans or Hispanics in this country, um, they're barking up the wrong tree because we had a big part in the founding of this country.
Yes.
Um, there are military heroes galore from the Hispanic side, and in fact, if I'm not mistaken,
Medal of Honor
Hispanics
winners.
have the largest contingency of Medal of Honor
Medal
winners.
of Honor winners. Yep.
Yep. So people like David Farragut, Guy Gabaldon, Roy Benavides, contributions in science and exploration from leaders such as Ellen Ochoa and many more. So America's history has been enriched by people from many backgrounds, and that's what some of our colleagues or some of our fellow citizens fail to recognize. And I'm always, taken aback when some people think that we came later. We came first.
Yeah.
So
This was our land. It really. This was Colorado.
yep.
Color red.
Just look at all the Spanish names throughout the country.
Mhm.
So when we talk about what we're celebrating this weekend, the 250, and we see how far we've come through trials and tribulations. We went through slavery. We went through the Civil War. We went through the Spanish-American War. We went through a lot of conflict as we were growing as a nation. And when we entered the Industrial Revolution, this country took off like a rocket. And people all over the world were watching. They saw what America was doing. And so they wanted in on it, and thus came that large migration from different countries. They came over here through Ellis Island. This was before we had fixed immigration laws. We wanted immigrants because we needed immigrants to grow the country and to settle it going west. So this is
But there was immigration laws then too.
well, yes, but they were not the same.
Not what we have today, yeah. But there was immigration laws.
Yeah, they were because they were coming through Ellis Island. That was the process, and a lot of people were rejected for diseases and other reasons,
Yep.
Including criminal backgrounds and things like that. But at that time, we had controlled immigration, and we wanted it because, again, we wanted the workforce, we wanted the educated, the scientists, the doctors, all the people that came over that wanted a piece of the pie, so to speak. And they settled, a lot of them, of course, at the beginning was up in the Northeast, but then they started spreading out because you see a lot of influences from German culture, Irish culture, and Polish culture going inland, farther inland than just the coast. A lot of the Italians stayed on the East Coast, but some of them also went west because that was where the opportunity was happening. And everybody wanted, the gold rush was way done by that time, but people still wanted to try to go and find their riches, and a lot of the people wanted more open spaces than the cities would provide. So it's just you know to me, you have to look at every generation, and um, we want to entrust with the people the the preservation of liberty, freedom. You know, everybody gets to choose their own path, and
Yeah.
that's what America offers to people that come here and come here nowadays. Of course, we want them to come here the right way, but we're doing such a, I don't know how you'd put it. Right now, we've got such a quagmire that we've got to be able to um, make sure we control the immigration flow.
Yes.
The the president wants to have people be proud of who they are, and you know it it really hurts my heart to see so-called fellow Americans trashing their country. It
Yeah.
just that to me just doesn't make any sense because they don't realize a lot of these people. I say fall more into the ignorant camp um, than anything else because they've they've been indoctrinated
That's
in
more
their
misinformed than ignorant. Ignorant is absence of knowledge, whereas they're willfully
well, it's a
misinformed.
combination of both. Yeah, I mean for sure. But what what I like to see, or what I'm liking about this celebration, I think this is going to be a huge party Saturday, and I'm planning to go to a parade in Douglas County, um,
We're going
and
to go to Dick's Sporting Goods or Sporting Complex.
the field.
Yeah, they have a game there. They have a bunch of stuff for families. There's all kinds
What,
of. It's a
what
big,
kind of
huge
game?
party. Uh,
It's a
what do
soccer
they have
game.
at Dick's? Soccer.
Oh, who's playing?
I have no idea. We don't go to the game. We go to the events that are outside the, and then we wait and when
So
the fireworks go.
there's like a thing outside.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff outside. Food vendors and
What
bouncy houses, all kinds of event stuff for kids and families and everything. It's a big
is,
party.
is it? A ticketed event?
No, it's all free. The game is not free. You have to pay for tickets for the game. But we
Uh
don't
huh.
go for the game. We just go for the fireworks and the events that are playing.
What time is the? That
It goes
sounds
all
like
day.
because
It goes all day. I get there
okay.
early in the morning so we can get a good parking spot.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like something that my brother and I were looking at where to go for like an event and some fireworks.
They have the
Mary's
biggest event for fireworks in the state. That's the
okay. Well,
biggest
then
fireworks display.
I think that's where I'm going to go. Then that sounds like
Well, let me
a
know. You
winner.
can hang
But
out with us.
the parade is in the morning in Douglas County, so we're going to go to that. But then we've got we're going to be over here for a little bit of food, and then want to head out um, in the afternoon towards a place where there's going to be fireworks and stuff. So, what's it called?
Dick's Sporting. It's over in Commerce City.
No, I know where the stadium is. So, what's the event called?
Oh, I don't remember what the name of that thing is.
Where'd you hear
They
about it?
have
Because
Freedom Fest or some stuff like that. I don't know what it was.
okay,
You can find it. It's just
cool.
Google it.
Well, I'll definitely be in touch, and we'll try to get together.
Well, back to the comment we have, or the conversation we have. You
Yeah,
mentioned the Industrial Revolution. You know,
yeah. The
the
industrial.
Industrial Revolution was only possible in America. No
Yeah,
other country could that have happened, because in America, a man could make a success out of himself if he had a better idea and he could market it. It made it huge. but
Yep.
only in America could do that because in any other country it was the crowns, whoever the crown was in the owner of whatever you did.
Yep.
So
Well,
they have no incentive.
that was what that one Brit guy was saying. He says in England, in the UK, he says we don't own anything. The king owns
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
and he said, they just let you use it, but
Hmm.
you don't have property rights over there. You don't have what we have here, and
Yeah,
that's one of our tenets here in America, that we have uh, the freedom to educate ourselves, build a business, prosper or not prosper, whatever. But it's up to you, and that's what the guy was saying. He says there's such a difference in culture, in mentality, and that's why he said now he understands how an American thinks as opposed to what he had been told in the past.
yeah.
And that's what I think is so great about this whole thing with the World Cup and our 250th. So in um, in in America, we still have the basics of what we wanted to have at the beginning, and I think we've got our guest that's come in. You know this guy too.
Mm.
That's his
Trump.
name. His name is Weston Eimer.
Oh,
Let's bring him in. He's in Washington, D.C. Welcome, Mr. Eimer
hey,
and Mrs. Eimer.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing great. We're just talking about all the good stuff in America, and how the our friends from foreign countries have come here and embraced it uh, in a lot of ways, more so than some of
Yeah.
our own native born people. Where are you guys at?
Yeah. So we're currently at the Great American State Fair. We just left the Treasury building and the Treasury Pavilion, but
You didn't have any bills stuck to your hand, did you?
no, we didn't. Thank God. But hey, to piggyback on what you just said, Mom has something to share with you guys. I want to tell you what just happened. We were in the Department of War over here, and it is.
oh, we
Whoop.
lost you.
Oh no, Wi-Fi.
We lost them. They started talking about the Department of War and
You cannot disclose.
security.
Where you go? Oh, there they are.
Okay, hey, I'm back. Sorry. Dave Williams called.
Sorry. So we were in the Department of War. It's literally standing room only. The doors are open. People can't even get inside. And there's a group of an Asian family. I don't know, Japanese, Chinese. I don't know. And they're walking through and they're like, "Where are the American flags? Where are the American flags? We want American flags." It's so cool. It's so cool.
It is. It's just fantastic. I mean, so my favorite thing has been the media has been saying there's no one here. And we walk into the Department of War and it's elbow to elbow. You can't even get through that booth because there's so many people in there. And I don't know if I can flip my camera on here. I may just flip my phone. Oh, hey, I can. Looky there. Give me a second. Let me flip this thing. Oops. Back ultra wide. There we go. Okay, so here's the view.
Uh-huh.
So obviously you have the gigantic Ferris wheel over there. But we're here on the National Mall. We're in front of the Smithsonian over there. Of course, the Trump rally playlist is playing in the background.
And here's the departments for all the departments.
Yeah.
Secretary.
Yes, you got the Department of War. Over here, you got agriculture. Right here is the Treasury. They had the best air conditioning so far, and I said they were using our tax dollars well. And that's the state, actually. This is State Department and State Department and Treasury. Let's head back in here. We'll show you guys around.
So have you seen any friendly faces?
Nobody we know yet. Oh, yes, Mom wants to go get in George Washington.
Can I get behind there?
Sit her on the back. She's trying to find her way through. But this is obviously the Treasury Department. They've got sign up forms over here for. Oh! There we go. We got Mom in Washington. All right, enough of Mom's craziness. We have over here. They've got account signups to jumpstart your Trump account for your kids. There's tons of stickers everywhere in this room. You got tablets to fill out the IRS form 4547 for your tax account, and then over here we've got.
Does that guy? Did you just walk by a guy with a Biden T-shirt?
I sure did. So it's officially bipartisan, but this is the State Department booth. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's head over here really quick. You guys got to see this. The full-size printouts of the America 250 passport.
Cool.
Those are really awesome. But yeah, I mean, it is just an amazing experience out here. The heat has messed with things a little bit. They have. I did want one of these passports. Hey, I'll grab you guys a couple so you have some souvenirs. Yeah. May I grab a couple of them? Thank you.
This would be a great thing to bring back.
These are great. I've got a bunch of them. Okay, so here is United States of America souvenir passports, and on the inside it says a whole bunch of stuff here from the president. For more information on the limited edition passport and do your research, a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, really, really incredible. Oh, and then the activity books.
Oh, you check this out.
Oh, yeah, you got to see this. So it's easier if I show them on me because the camera's backwards. This is the Department of War scavenger hunt.
Okay.
They're handing these out on the mall. So you get this, then you get some stickers and collect stuff for the scavenger hunt. But yeah, they've got a ton of really neat stuff. So how are things back there in Colorado? I heard all the fireworks are canceled.
Well,
Yep.
not all of them.
Not all of them? Well, that's a step in the right direction.
And Douglas County is reconsidering their ban. They're trying to see if they can do a safe fireworks display. But
well, that's
El Paso
good.
County is totally banned.
I think the Dick's Sporting Goods Park has a fireworks planned. So we're probably going to head over there. Hey, if you find a pin, bring me a pin.
Hey, I have yet to find a lapel pin. I have been looking. You and I both collect those, my friend, and I have not found one yet. But
well, if you find a couple $100, give it to me.
If I find any of it, I may spend it first, but I'll try and think of our friends.
He'll be thinking about you when he spends it.
Exactly. But hey, I grabbed a few of those souvenir passports for everybody to bring back, and I mean, we are just having a great time. And
all right, do you want to say something to the audience about Happy Birthday, America?
I'm out.
I said, do you want to say something to the audience about America's birthday?
Yes. Let me head outside where it's a little quieter and I have better reception, because apparently moving is not helping my signal out here on the mall. I just got to say that I've been to D.C. 10, 12 times now over the last decade, and that's because of this president. But this trip, as soon as we landed and we're driving through from Washington Dulles Airport to here, all I could think about was the significance that 250 years ago, what this place looked like, right? What this swampland truly looked like and was, to where it has become now, right? And how significant it is that under this president and in this lifetime, we get to witness America 250. I will be 72 years old when we turn 300, and I hope to be alive to witness it. But I mean, who knows? I may not be able to make it here for that, right? So being here today, I mean, it is truly an honor and a blessing, and I am so grateful that I have the ability to be in this city at this time and this historic moment to celebrate the 250th of our country. I mean, I'm so filled with patriotism. I had a hard time choosing which patriotic shirt to wear because they all were like, I don't know. It was tough just with the amount of happiness and patriotism we're all feeling here today. So,
All right. Well, thanks for joining us and sharing a little bit about what's going on in D.C. If you see President Trump, tell him I said hello.
we'll see him Saturday at Salute to America. We are very much looking forward to that. I'm going to try and wander that way to get some photos of what that looks like right now because they're finishing the staging. They did just delay the entrance for that to 5 o'clock instead of 1 because of the heat. But I just saw that Air Force One is scheduled to make 4 flyovers on 4th of July above the National Mall. So that's going to be awesome.
So if you see, Jenny Corn,
Say who?
Jennifer Corn.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, she works at the White House.
Great American Road Trip. All righty. I will. It's good to talk with you guys.
All
Be
right,
safe. Have a wonderful 4th.
Happy 4th.
We're thinking of you guys.
Happy birthday, America!
Happy birthday, America!
Good night.
Good night.
That was cool.
How cool.
The media, nobody's there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't believe the part that's really kind of sticking in my craw is the fact that is it 9 liberal states refused to participate in the Great American Fair. They couldn't put politics aside for the sake of their country. That's just sad. But the other 39 or 41 are there and probably going to have a great bash. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of the celebrations. I'm recording everything that's coming on, so I love to watch those events on TV because you can do it in the comfort of your own house.
Yeah, in the air conditioning.
In the air conditioning, yeah, I can imagine the temperature in DC right now with the humidity and everything.
Hot and humid.
Yep, absolutely. So, getting back to what we were talking about, we as Americans sometimes are a little bit spoiled, and I always tell my wife when we go traveling overseas, we've been to the Netherlands, we've been to the UK, Spain, we've been to South Africa, and every time we go travel like that, and it's usually like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, and when we get back home, I feel like a real sense of pride being back home. It's because it's totally different in foreign countries. They don't have a lot of the freedoms that we have.
No,
they've been conditioned to be, I don't know what I would call them, subjects, or there are a lot of control freaks in some of those governments over there. And in the last time I was in Spain, I had a conversation with a Spaniard over there, and he says, our prime minister doesn't like America. And I said, well, that's his problem, isn't it? I said, I bet he'd like us if he needed help and needed to be defended, then they'd like us a whole lot. Yeah. But the America that we have known, we have seen grow, to me, it's just such a blessing. And I want people to experience it. And I'm glad the World Cup's here because the world is getting to experience America. And I think you're going to see a different rhetoric after this World Cup in countries that used to talk down to us. I don't think you're going to see that as much. Because the people that go back.
When you were in the service, did you get to travel overseas?
Just TDY to Germany and Thailand. But no no long stations. I was mainly stationed in New Mexico, of all places.
Oh. So
Down there.
when I was in the service, I was lucky enough to get to go around the world 3 different times and see countries that I would have never seen otherwise. And we didn't get to see the tourist attraction parts of countries. We got to see the underbellies, and
Right.
it really gives you a real appreciation of America to see
Yeah.
what the rest of the world lives like.
Yeah.
There's no comparison.
And the contrast of what people in other countries think about America. And one of the striking things that happened when I was in Germany is that when we were in the cities, in the big metro areas, I found that the people were not as what do you call? They were not as friendly to Americans. But
Yeah,
when we traveled the countryside and we stayed in Airbnbs, they loved Americans. They treated us like royalty, man.
yeah.
The Airbnbs were great. And I say they were bed and breakfast, not
Mhm.
Airbnbs. Um, we were treated tremendously. And they loved us, and they were friendly, and didn't want us to leave.
Yeah,
But in the
loved
cities,
our money.
yeah, in the cities, it was a totally different experience.
Mhm.
As soon as they found out that you were American, their attitude changed big time. So yeah, I mean, um, I see this mentality that has permeated our country, and what I'm praying for is for revival in this country, and that the people start appreciating what they have here. I always say it, some of these people need to be get a reality check and go visit some of these countries that they think are so great, and that their systems are so great. They go live over there for 2, 3, 4 years, and then come back, and then tell me how great it was. I'm sorry, yeah,
Yeah, these
it's
people
not.
that are pushing socialism. I'm
Oh
like,
my God, I can't
go
believe we
go live
just.
in a socialist country.
Denver, I can't believe it's a socialist that knocks Diana to get out.
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
yeah.
So I don't know. We got Christy Peterson running. Maybe the contrast will be so great that she somehow shocks the world.
We can hope.
Yep.
Yeah, well, all our elections are still rigged. So what?
Okay.
You
All
know they're
right.
rigged.
So
Everyone.
let's talk about in closing what we want to leave the people in the audience with the good thoughts about the country they live in. And I want them to understand and be grateful that they do live in the greatest country in the world. And this one guy on the radio the other day was talking about. He asked the one guy he was interviewing, "Do you believe that America is the greatest country in the history of the world?" And the guy who was an American couldn't bring himself to say it, and I thought that was so telling. Um,
God,
and then the interviewer pressed on, and he said, "Well, name another country that is better," and he couldn't answer that. So the point I want to make and leave the people with is this is our opportunity to say happy birthday to America. We want everyone to be safe this weekend. Enjoy the festivities. Be proud to be an American. Uh, don't hold your head down. We have nothing to be ashamed of. Uh, and as I said earlier in the monologue, we are not a perfect nation, but nobody is. But I believe that this nation was founded through divine intervention. I firmly believe that because there's no other explanation for how a bunch of ragtag revolutionaries defeated the most prominent army in the world at the time. Uh, and they did it with pride, and they did it very, very handily at the end. And we had countries that helped us too. That's the other thing that people don't understand. We had France was helping us. Spain was helping us. There was people from Poland and other countries that wanted to see America succeed, and we did. So we've overcome a lot. We're looking forward to another 250 years. You and I won't be around, but we can watch from heaven and wave our flags from up there.
I'll go you one further, Hugo.
Okay.
If you look at the history of mankind and the life in Europe and America, but the advances that were made over thousands of years crept along almost nothing. They got the wheel, they got Bronze Era, they had iron, the Iron Age, and it was just creeping along for thousands of years. It's just nothing, no advancements. And then all of a sudden, America comes in, and in 250 years, look what America has done to the world. They've led the world, and it was only possible with America. The world would have just continued going on exactly the way it was because there was no incentive to be better. And America gave you the incentive to be better.
Precisely because of the freedoms we enjoyed. That's what was the driving force, because people had the freedom to be entrepreneurs, to be inventors, to be scientists. Yep. And this is what a lot of people don't understand, and they don't realize the significance of what in 250 years this nation has done for the world. It transformed the world, and there's no apologizing for that. I don't care what you say.
I like to tell people about. So you look at the poorest of the poor in America right now live better than the King of France in 1400.
Yep.
Think of that. The King of France in 1400 would have 10 different meals made for him every night, and he would choose which meal he wants. The average citizen in America, can go out whatever kind of food you want to eat that night. You want a burger, you want ribs, you want pizza, you want Italian food, whatever you want.
Yep.
I hear it's time to go.
We're up against the clock, so we just want to say happy birthday, America. God bless you. God bless the United States of America, and let's have a blast this Saturday in honor of this great nation that was thrust upon the planet by God Almighty. Thank you. Thanks for joining me tonight. We're hoping Nick is back next week. But, have a good one, and we'll probably see you Saturday.
I hope so.
All right. Have a good one.